Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So these are the actual value we have, and these are the dimensions we can generate using the standard normalization process with respect to the bounds, that is the minimum maximum. And this is your inequality measure. As someone of you asks how we can calculate the inequality measures, let's say for a country like India, let's say we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 regions. And for each region, you have life expectancy 80, let's say 82, 60, 65, 72 sort of thing. So from these numbers, you can easily calculate your geometric mean as well as your arithmetic. Then you can calculate your A health, that is the inequality in the health dimension is 1
Hello, sir.
minus, yeah,
So can you start recording?
you do. You start recording. Okay, I have to go back. Okay, just hold on.
Sir, I've done, sir.
Okay, then it's fine. Okay. So then you get this geometric mean and arithmetic mean, and you calculate the inequality dimension. That is what it is, 0.077 for life expectancy, and for you have mean years of schooling, that is the inequality for this, and that is what is used for the education index. Here you observe that for the expected years of schooling, we do not have inequality. What is mean years of schooling, that is used in the case of education index. Similarly, this is the inequality in the uh, income dimension, and accordingly we calculate the inequality adjusted dimension indices, which is 1 minus your inequality measure into the dimension index. That is, so these are what we can say I index for X dimension, and these are index for X dimension adjusted, that is star. Then we can calculate the human development index. Human development index is nothing but your health dimension, index, education index, and your income index. These three. And the geometric mean of these three gives you the human development index. And for the inequality adjusted human development index, you take inequality adjusted health index and inequality adjusted education index and inequality adjusted income index, and that gives you the inequality adjusted human development index. So loss due to inequality you can calculate as your inequality adjusted human development index, that is IHDI divided by your human development index. So loss due to inequality is nothing but 1 minus inequality adjusted human development. Let me change the color. Loss due to IHDI, that is inequality adjustment index, divided by your HDI. And coefficient of inequality is each inequality measure divided by 3 into 100, that gives you the percentage of inequality in human development. So that is how we can calculate the inequality adjusted human development. So this is the simple way we how can interpret our HDI. The higher is your HDI, better is for the country. As I said, uh, next what we'll discuss is multi-dimensional poverty. How we calculate this multi-dimensional poverty. The other indices of your human development, like your gender empowerment index and so forth, please read by yourself. I have uploaded the PPT as well as the technical notes of the human development report in section 3. So this PPT is already available in to you in section 3. Please download from there and just go. So in case of multi-dimensional poverty, we need three things, what we call as the head count ratio. One is the head count ratio. That is the you have number of poor upon your total population. That is Q is your number of poor and N is your total population. Then the intensity of poverty is the weighted sum of all the poor in uh, all the indicators we are taking. Then we can calculate our multidimensional poverty as the intensity of poverty divided by your MPI. Let me tell you it's through an example. Here, there are 4 households, 1, 2, 3, 4. These are 4 households, 1, 2, 3, 4, and each household has different numbers of household members. So that is your household size. So in the household 1, we have 4 members. In household 2, we have 7 members, and so forth. In the MPI, we have also the same 3 dimensions. The indicators we use in MPI, that is multi-dimensional poverty index, is what we call is deprivation rather than achievements. So in HDI, we see the achievements, but here we look at the deprivations in the same 3 dimensions. That is your education, health, and standard of living. Now, because we are capturing the deprivation in each dimension. Therefore, we have different set of indicators. So if a household is subject to any of the deprivations, then that household is given a weight accordingly. Since we have three dimensions like your education's, health, and living conditions, each dimension in MPI is provided with equal weights. So education get one third weights, and then your health get one third weights, and also your living condition get one third weights. In education, we have two indicators to capture the deprivation. One is no one has completed 6 years of schooling, at least one school age child not enrolled in school. So you see, these are, you can think of as negative indicators sort of thing, not positive indicators as in the case of your HTI. Since education gets one third weights, and here these two indicators also get equal weights out of that one third. So that is the weight for each indicators is one third upon two, because there are two indicators, that is roughly around 16.7% as given as the weights. And similarly for the second indicator, it is like that. And the same rule apply for the health. You see there are two indicators of health dimension, each indicator receiving equal weights. Now in case of living conditions, we have six indicators. Each indicators received equal weight, that is one third divided by 6, so that is 5.6 as the weight for the each indicator. So what these weights means, that if any household is experiencing any of these conditions, then we give that weight to that indicator for that household. For example, in the education dimension here, you see no one has completed 6 years of schooling. Zero implies that household has not this or experiencing this condition, where one implies that uh, household is experiencing that condition. So 0 is equal to no, and 1 is equal to yes. That is, it is yes, it is experiencing that condition sort of thing. So what here you see, the household 2 is experiencing no one has completed 6 years of schooling. That means in household 2, out of these 7 members, none of them have formal education of your 6 years or beyond. So no one has passed sixth grade or so. So that that implies this get a weight of this gets a weight of 16.7. Similarly, for the household 4, it gets a weight of 16.7. Similarly, in the second indicator, the household get a weight of 16.7, but the household, other household didn't. In case of health indicators, you see the household 3 get 16.7 as the weight, and in case of one or more children have died, that indicator, this is household 1 gets 16.7, household 2 gets 16.7 as weight, and this gets 16.7. Similarly, in case of no electricity, household 2 get a weight of 5.6, household 3 get 5.6 as weight, and this also 5.6. So this is your 16. Similarly, no access to clean water, household 3 get a weight of, that implies there is no clean water available to or accessible to your household 3, that is, it's get a 5.6. Similarly, now you have uh, what you see in case of no access to adequate sanitation, it is the household 2 get 5.6, household 3 get 5.6, and here in case of house has a dirty floor, none of the household are experiencing that, so none of them get that. So household using dirty fuel, that is firewood and so all the households are getting 5.6, 5.6, 5.6, 5.6. Now house has no access to information, so here the household 2 and household 4 are getting. Now you sum all the weights given. Like in case of household, this is 16.7 plus 5.6, that is uh, around 22.3. Similarly, you add this will be around something 72.2. And for household 4, you add, that is 38.9. And you add for household 4 all the weights, you get that is 50. Now you have to decide which households are poor. So any household deprivation score, so these are your total deprivation score for the household, total deprivation score. If any household having a deprivation score greater than 33.3, then those households are considered poor. So accordingly, you see household 3, 4, or 5 are your poor. So this household 3, 3, 4 are poor. So here these are poor. Now we can calculate the total population. Total population is 4, 7, uh, plus 5 plus 4. That is your total population is 20. So n is equal to 20. So if I go back here, so n is equal to your 20, and your q is equal to, here are the household members for all the poor. So this is uh, your 16. So q is 16. So you can calculate h as 16 divided by 20. Now we can calculate the intensity of poor for all these households or members, that is the deprivation score SI, summing it over all the members. So here you see this household deprivation score is 72.2. They have 7 households, so that will be a, you can add 72.2 7 times, or you can have 7 times 72.2 plus your 5 times 38.9 plus your 4 times 50 divided by your 16. That is your number of 4. So this gives you the A. So we can calculate the A. This A will be equal to 7 times your 72.2 plus I believe 5. Yeah, 5. 5 times 38.9 plus 4 times your 50 divided by Q is 60. That is 754. So that gives you A. Now you have H and A. Now you can calculate MPI is equal to H time A. That gives you the multi-dimensional poverty index. This multi-dimensional poverty index, as you can observe from this example, capture the deprivations. These are the negative indicator, whether the household is experiencing such conditions or not. So these are deprivations, whereas in case of your HDI, those are achievements, whether those are your positive indicator sort of thing. So this is how we calculate MPI. Any questions? Hello?
No, sir.
Yeah, any question?
No questions.
Okay. So you can see that rank of India is hovering around that around 120 to 131 in the recent past. I will advise you to look at the recent human development report and see the value of India uh, and the rank of India. So this is where I'm not going to discuss. We have now we have HDI in case of India. So in case of India, we calculated HDI. The latest report is the India Human Development Index report 2011, where the similar procedure was followed, but that used uh, the arithmetic mean to calculate the Human Development Index, and the health index was calculated using the indicator life expectancy at birth, where education index was calculated uh, by literacy rate and adult mean years of schooling. And income index was calculated using per capita consumption expenditure adjusted for inflation as well as inequality. Adjusted for inflation as well as inequality. The procedure is same as I had said earlier. And accordingly, we observe the Human Development Index for different countries, major countries, and you see Kerala is the topmost uh, state in India. This is probably because of one of the reason is its achievement in your education and your health dimensions are quite high, whereas in terms of income, it is not that high. Because we are assuming perfect substitutability among these dimensions, so it has achieved a rank of 1. Then followed by your daily. In case of daily, that income index is mostly driving the HDI for daily, and so forth. So you can see the other states here and their rank and the HDI values. The states, those who are remain poor, they remain poor at the bottom of the map. And this is, you can see from the map actually. So you are missing another here, Kerala. So this is, you can see Chhattisgarh, Odisha, Bihar, Madhya Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh. These are the states at the bottom of your HDI, where Kerala, Delhi, HP, Goa, Punjab, these are at the higher spectrum of your HDI, like the Scandinavian countries in case of the world. So that is what we have for today. So this covers you HDI, Human Development Index. I have uploaded this PPT along with 1990 Human Development Report and the 2019 Technical Appendix. But I have not uploaded deliberately the latest HDR report. You download it by yourself. It is freely available. Human Development, you write UNDP HDR, you will get the latest report and check India's rank as well as India's uh, index value. Okay. Any question?
No, sir.
Yeah. Any question? No.
No, sir.
Okay. In that case, we'll stop here today. You can leave the meeting.